Camera speeds! Vlog number, I have no idea. And I'm here with Erica Eichelkraut,
Yes.
my boss.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of?
Sure. Why not?
Okay. I'm going to try to keep it short today. You may see me looking at my watch. But thanks for popping in.
Yeah.
Having a little coffee, a little food.
Thanks for having me.
Not at all.
Yeah, I'm excited to eat.
Yeah, it should be good. I always try to treat my guests to some food. It's the least I can do.
Yeah.
But I like cooking. So it's good to be able to cook for my guests.
I like eating, so that's a good.
Perfect. This works out great then.
That's perfect.
So, oh man, it's been awesome working with you. Now,
Me too.
third year? Fourth year?
That we've worked together? Yeah, I think so. Maybe only third.
This might be our third.
Yeah. Feels like a lot more.
Yeah, it's been pretty incredible. It's funny, now I was thinking about this, driving around today running some errands, your shoot style and personality. I don't know that we have differing personalities.
Yeah, we do.
But what I was thinking about was the astrological signs.
Yeah.
Because you're a Leo.
Yeah.
And I'm a Pisces.
See, I don't.
We're not supposed to go together.
Okay. See, I don't. I never follow.
I don't either.
I just know, like, when I read a description of a Leo, I'm like, yep, that's very.
Oh,
much
I'm the
me.
same way. But Val's a Leo.
That makes sense.
And I know that we're not supposed to work. And a lot of the time we don't.
I think that's why we work well, because weddings, are so crazy, and we actually have very little time together.
I don't think we've ever had, that I can recall, an issue per se.
No.
Other than my screwed up booking last 2 weekends ago or whatever it was. Hey, so you're going to be there for that? Yeah, I'm going to be there.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. It's a lot going on, and I always take some time to kind of get back into the swing of things and readjust after my.
Well, we're adjusted now.
Yeah,
Between the
we're
two of
ready
us,
to
I think
go.
we have 3 calendars locked in.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Tell me a little bit, what's your inspiration? I mean, what's driving you right now? I mean, you've been doing this, I think, about as long, maybe a little bit longer than me. You're constantly pushing out great, exciting work that's energetic, and I think, I've always noticed, professional athletes or musicians, how do they go out there and do that every weekend or once a week? And I think the same kind of applies to us. You're still creating really innovative work, I think. What inspired you? And
My clients.
Yeah.
Really.
Good answer.
I know, honestly. I mean, especially studio work. It's the same setting. It's the same, very similar setup for everything. But everybody just brings something so different.
So you're reacting to them.
Yeah, for sure. And it's so important for weddings and portraits. I mean, anything you're doing for a client, to remember to make the work for them. Because I think, and I spent a lot of years focusing so much on work that I would think is cool and that I would want for my portfolio and my blog and get to show off. But you really want to take into account what your client is looking for. And it's just been so wonderful the last few years. I've really kind of slimmed down my bookings and upped my pricing a little bit so I can really focus on quality over quantity. And that gives me time to kind of get to know all of my clients, know what they're looking for, and really create something. Of course my style is ingrained in everything I do, but it's nice to kind of not change my style, but you know what I mean? Tailor my output a little bit towards my clients. Sometimes I'll get clients that just want such deeply romantic, beautiful imagery, and sometimes they just want to party all day. They want to wear crazy Bill's glasses and jump around and just.
Oh, I've been there for those.
Yeah, confetti everywhere. I mean, I love all of that. I love every range of it. And weddings are every wedding is so different. Everybody is so different. So yeah, it keeps it fun.
Man, I was not expecting that answer. That's a really, really good answer. Because I think that hinges on. I was going to actually say something sarcastic, but I can't because it's such a good answer. Yeah, I think I still find myself doing that. I guess I am very self-centered in the sense that not that I'm shooting for me. I'm shooting for you, and I'm ultimately shooting for your client, our client. But I need to have my curiosity and my creative juices peaked, if you will.
Yeah.
And it's hard to be able to do that. And I'm looking for, what would this be cool? And how do I do that? And should I light it this way? Or, oh my God, and it's I don't know. So I think in that regard, that's one of the things I do love working with you and a lot of the people that I think that have kind of narrowed me down to the scope of people that still work with me. And I just mean that, that happens in any business. And
Sure.
I do work for a lot of different people, but it's that that back and forth, the creative contribution and what we can and can't do, and having a mutual vision and a goal, and kind of staying engaged. I don't know, it's been a really interesting process in that regard, but a really interesting answer. I did not know that the community work that you're doing. I looked into that a little bit. What's the name of the program that you're involved in?
The Priscilla Project?
Is that what it's called? Is it the refugee?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that's nothing to do with my business. That's just personal work. I try to always have kind of one volunteer project going at a time. So it's a year-long commitment, and you work, you're paired with a refugee who's pregnant, and you work with them through their birth and kind of get them adjusted to life in Buffalo and help them, you know, purchase and acquire their baby items, set up a nursery.
And you have some experience in this forte.
Yeah. I actually signed up for it when I was pregnant with my daughter because I just can't imagine, you know, I was so lucky to have my support system. I can't imagine doing that in a whole new country. And
You are so busy. I mean,
it's a little stupid. It's a sickness.
no.
I hate sitting still.
It's incredible though, because you were just in where, Puerto Rico?
Mm-hmm.
Last year was Iceland, or is it 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
But you're constantly traveling. You're constantly shooting a little bit of commercial. We're talking about portraiture, boudoir, the weddings, and then everything that goes into the back end of that, manage the client. Buffalo Indie Wedding, gotta mention that. You know, and
My other baby.
You have a home, a life. You've got
Yes, I
Jay,
do have a
2
life.
children. But you seem to find a way to balance all of that. Am I wrong?
No, I mean, I like to think that I'm getting, you know, every day I work more and more towards finding balance. That's kind of that unattainable goal for every business owner that I know and every parent that I know is you want to find like a work-life balance. And, you know, a huge part of that has just been, like I mentioned before, kind of freeing myself from, you know, I don't want to be shooting 40 weddings a year. I just don't, even if those bookings come in and I know I could be.
What if they're
making-
10,000 a piece?
No, I just
So
don't.
it's not about the chingling, the bling bling.
Yeah, that I would not be happy if I was working that much, and I would not be able to give my clients the attention that I like to give them. So maybe they wouldn't be happy. I don't know, but I would be really stretched so thin, and I don't know. I think I'm at a point where, you know, by no means am I a very wealthy woman. By no means do I need to be making an extreme amount of money. I want to pay my bills, put a little away for my kids.
Well, come on. You've got all L glass in the bag, 3 600 EXRTs, I think version 1s, and at least 2 5D Mark IIIs that I know of.
But like, I don't have designer clothes or purses or
But you
nice
look
makeup.
great.
I mean, it's Target.
Shout out to Target.
Those are my priorities, though. When
Right.
when I make income, it goes back in my bag. Like, I want to buy new glass or we travel, because those are the 2 things that bring me the most joy in my life. And
There's an idiom on travel. What is that? It's something like, when you can travel, like you'll never, I forget, I'm messing up the idiom, but it's about, you know, you never
Yeah.
regret it.
You never. I've never regretted a
You
single
can't
trip
buy
I've
that
taken.
experience.
Mhm.
It's just, and then it kind of follows you in everything that you do.
Yeah.
You know, I just turned 40, and I'm really struggling with kind of, I feel like there's a great line in a movie that's like, you know, I feel like I just turned 30, and when I turned 30, I felt like people would be like, cars would be floating, and, you know, I feel like I'm running out of time to do something amazing. And for me, I feel like, not that I want to make a difference, but I'm running out of time to not even I'm running out of time, but time is limited, and I want to be able to exact it, whether it's contributing or that I'm creating work that I'm proud of, or just, I don't know, figuring out the pieces or something. But I look at you, and I'm like, no, she gets it. She's doing all of those things, and I know you would never admit that.
Well.
But it seems on the exterior like that. No, it's clicking. Like she is hitting those targets and those goals and making it work and
Yeah.
making an impact.
You know, honestly, I was always like that, and I've never gotten to, well, what am I trying to say? I always felt like there was something more. I always wanted to be doing more, so I started all these side projects, opened the art gallery, ran like poetry nights, like was just doing all this stuff because I just felt like I needed to be doing more. And not that I think everyone should go have children, but like that, to me, that's the only thing that helped me like just get it. It's the only time in my whole life that I understood like what is important and my time, and they just really kind of brought me back and grounded me. And you know, when I found out I was pregnant with both babies, I thought, oh my God, this is gonna really negatively impact my business, which is like a horrible thing to think. But I thought, how am I gonna do this all? I'm gonna have to take less clients. I'm gonna feel stressed out all the time. And yeah, I do take less clients, and I do work a little bit less than I did before I had the kids. But they really have helped me kind of reprioritize my life. And a lot of the stuff that I used to care about is just like, it's not important anymore, and it surprises me that it ever was as important as it was. But I think we go through these phases.
This cat may join you.
Hi,
If you're
kitty.
allergic,
That's okay.
it's going to be a problem. My 18-year-old cat just...
But yeah, I think it's important to kind of ride the wave, and you always want to be challenged, but especially as business owners, you feel very scattered. I think it's really important to goal set and prioritize your goals and try to stay focused on one at a time, because I think you and I both have very like frantic personalities.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Shoot it!
Exactly.
Which comes in handy.
It does, and you kind of need that for weddings to keep up with the pace of things. But yeah, I mean, do you have like a personal project or a business project specifically that you're hoping to...
20.
Yeah. Pick one, and then pick two that you can like kind of maybe work on later. But yeah, I think that's really the only way to get stuff done. It's just focus, goal set, break it down into smaller items, break that down into a weekly schedule, even if it's an hour a day.
Val's got me on that.
Yeah, good.
And it's a hard thing because, so like today I'm doing some running around, this and that, I do the vlog, and you know, I'm doing other stuff in the afternoon, whatever. Today's kind of a loose day, and I've come to cherish my independent contractor schedule of like, I'm actually off in April. Like I'm just off. Like
That's
I'm doing
awesome.
billings and like you said, personal projects and other
Yeah.
things, but like essentially I'm off in April. So like, yeah, I mean, I've got research and studies and marketing and reading and
Yeah.
things to do, but I technically, I mean, I've started to book some stuff, but I don't need to be on location anywhere really.
So this is a perfect time to be working on your projects in an organized and logical way.
Yeah.
But that's hard. I mean, you really do have to take like a whole day and take like, what is the end goal? Like, I want to publish a book, right?
Right.
So you need to break down every single step.
Is that one of your goals?
Not necessarily.
You're just throwing it
just
out there.
just an example, yeah.
You know what I've come up with as a lifetime goal?
Hmm.
This is stupid. Don't laugh at me, okay? MoMA.
Okay,
I want to have something
it.
in MoMA.
that's amazing.
I know it's never going to happen, but
Well, that's a shitty attitude.
I know. But I mean, if you
Or life
think
goal.
we've all been to MoMA, if you haven't, you need to get on it.
Yeah.
But you know, you walk in there and it's like the work that's in there. You're like, oh my god, you know, I mean, I'm not worthy.
Well, you know, so maybe you start by doing a local gallery show here.
Start with the Birchfield.
I mean,
Pretty heady people in there too.
I would start like even a peg down from
Sure,
there,
no, of
something
course, of
smaller,
course,
more
yeah.
simple, get a good body of work going, and maybe get a piece added to the Albright local collection.
I was just talking to Biff. Biff has got like 7 or 9 pieces in the Albright.
Yeah,
That blows my mind.
that's a great resource for you to figure out.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Biff and Lauren have been awesome. I don't know how I've been fortunate enough, or them unfortunate enough to have those neighbors. I remember a few years back, I'd like be having a problem with Photoshop, and I would like run over in my pajamas and be like, guys, it doesn't work! And they would totally humor me and make it work. We're running out of time. I want to ask you, like, what projects or things that you have going on. I mean, I know you've got a family portrait thing coming up at Lizzie's. Anything you want to
Yeah.
plug or talk about?
I think, you know, overall, I love shooting weddings, of course. It's one of the best, most fun, fabulous things, but I'm really looking to expand my portrait work. I want to be doing things year-round. I really want to be doing things on the weekdays, selfishly, so I can have a little more time with my babies on the weekends. But, you know, I've really started doing such beautiful, I hate to call it glamour shots, but that's kind of the only way people understand right away what it is. It's my Luxe line. So it's just a pamper session basically for women of all ages, of all backgrounds, whether you're using them for your own headshots, for your website, for your social media branding, or just to have a beautiful portrait of yourself. I really think everybody should have one picture of themselves at least that just fills them with confidence and joy. And I think as women we really struggle with how we're supposed to look, and you know, especially with social media, constantly comparing ourselves to other people. So I really like to just see women kind of blossom through the Luxe line and the boudoir sessions that I do. They come in maybe a little nervous, little uncertain and they leave just like so confident and
Mhm.
powerful and really empowered. So that's just been really, really fun. But yeah, it's a session that takes place right in my studio inside the Hotel Lafayette. You get hair, makeup, and do an hour to an hour and a half of shooting. And then you get to come back in and see some really beautiful, glamorous photos of yourself.
Well,
So
knowing
that's
your
what's
work,
fun.
I'm sure it is exactly that. It's I'm sure quite beautiful. So I want to thank you for coming over
Yeah,
and
thanks
doing
for having me.
this. I'm looking forward to this year, and of course working with you. It's been
Definitely.
a real privilege. Where can we find you on social?
I am Instagram, Facebook, online, all City Lights Studio. Instagram is city-lights-studio. That's also my website.
All right,
Find me all over.
Erica Eichelkraut, Steve Gabris, thanks so much.
And this cat.
And this cat, this 18-year-old cat. Thank you.
Wonderful.